And it is a carry Medusa. From draft, Spirit has good lanes, well-rounded lineup that will happily play into the mid to late game. And for Aurora,
but speaking of stuns, Miposhka in the bottom lane is soaking up some of the damage.
This is Bane, Medusa lane, and then Nightmare into the Gorgon's Grasp. Mira taking a lot of damage, might be first blood, but the Burrow Strike, Miposhka
Another brain sap soon.
Surviving, but
that's a double kill.
Doing some more here to get this kill, and he's got himself a double.
The turnaround play. Take some early gold that they want to get the hands on. Like this camp has just been blocked, and the other one as well, which is gonna take time. Like the map is big, but if you block a couple of these camps, they're not gonna be able to get the gold. And let's see if he can get that Nightmare. Yes, he can. Cookie
lines it up, and a boundless strike from Laurel to get the kill.
Anybody feels like they're threatened, and he might use it to get his save on Medusa in the bottom lane.
He just used the Stampede, but Radon stepped forward, dangerously close to being in some trouble, but knows the depths that this hero can dive into and gets the kill into Toronto, Tokyo. The Gorgon's Grass lined up there with the Cookie, and they'll drop that lockdown, get another kill, 5-0, looking over at Panto, who's forced Icarus dive away, but right into the hands of the Monkey King of Laurel. Scatterblast again, Mystic Snake not needed. Laurel makes it 6-0.
Scan did connect there for a second, so they're gonna do the wraparound.
Can he hide in the trees well enough? And it looks like so far so good. Miposhka hidden within the trees, finally moves, Bushwhack connects, and 4 heroes are here. They'll get their first kill on the board. It's just a matter of whom. And it will be Panto who gets that first blood for Aurora, but the 7th kill overall in the game. It's a lot of work for just the Bane, but the tier 1 tower with it will make it feel much better.
Gotta be trade tier 1 for tier 1 tower. Nightfall. Ooh, Laurel going for the solo kill. Never mind, it's not a solo kill. Mortimer's Kisses are gonna be dealing some extra bit of damage. Brew is level 6, and now both supports, they do have mana boots, which I really like. You do have Medusa on your team, so extra bit of a mana is gonna come in super handy. Not where you see Beastmaster. A lot of the time, even from the offlane, you would see him get that Aghanim Scepter. Ooh, he turned into the big creep. They're like, what the hell is this guy doing here? And now Collapse, he has Stampede available. Big Ball as well in a couple of seconds.
See if they can make a play with this Primal Roar. They're doing some decent damage, but there's the Stampede. Ooh, a little bit of a Ravage on Toronto, Tokyo. That slowed them up, and they don't get the epicenter damage that they want. But everybody is here. Collapse, though, almost TP's out.
Nice try.
Gave it a valiant effort. They smoke up on the side of Team Spirit, hoping to find Kiyotaka. They might. Tree walks up to Kiyotaka, who's forced to use that Primal Roar. They go to the Stampede, but from a distance, they've got the Fiend's Grip. The Mortimer's Kisses, the Bushwhack. We'll stop the Fiend's Grip, but it's not going to matter. You get that lockdown and the damage out quickly enough.
Still want to continue.
Kiyotaka.
Up the pipe. The pipe is going to be the big one, because most of the damage that they do have is magical. Radiance, everything from Beastmaster pretty much, Sanking as well. Amplified damage on Monkey King. He's ready to go. Link reveal.
Right past that Phoenix to go for Kiyotaka. Primal Roar is not really going to matter. You're dead at the end of the day, and Panto, who is being chased as well, ends up escaping. That Ags pickup for the Sand King. 11 seconds faster than the average, and this is a faster kill than the average here for the side of Aurora as they get Laurel, finally for the first time.
Kiyotaka still sticking around. This could be a good opportunity for Miposhka to try to set things up.
Goes forward, and Nightmare into the Fiend's Grip. Gorgon's Grass kisses down. Kiyotaka dies as he stays a little bit too long.
And now Team Spirit, they want to force this Roche fight.
You see the obs, so the vision is here for the side of Aurora, but the blink forward, and the attention is on Miposhka. Sharpshooter comes through, get chased down, but they go to the Stone Gaze. These heroes are on the side, they look for the epicenter. The Burrow Strike is going to be onto the Medusa, but Radon not taking a lot of damage. He still has a lot of mana to work with. They get the kill on Toronto, Tokyo, so they'll at least get one, but now, jumping through these trees, can Laurel find an opportunity? He'll throw the Boundless Strike on Amira. Bushwhacker out of Atos as well as a Mystic Stake, but they go to the Primal Roar. They've got Abaddon going in once again, trying to take the mana away from Radon. The Supernova's not going to go off, but they get the kill on Radon, and now they'll look over at Laurel with the BKB. But Collapse shows his attention onto Nightfall, who doesn't have any more time to borrow, and he'll end up dead. Mira buys back, and they're trying to get something, but the blink away from Collapse puts enough distance between him and the side of Aurora from being caught.
Micah King, he wants to go in, just picked up the shield rune. That's also buyback from Mira.
This shard for Laurel, really just a pain, and they also have now found Kiyotaka. That's a kill for Laurel. This upgraded Boundless Strike.
They need to, like, roar, probably epicenter on top of
Collapse is actually in. They'll go to the Stone Gaze, the Boundless Strike, and they'll go to the Wukongs, but the Primal Roar is going to be used by Kiyotaka, who pops the BKB. Nightfall, early borrowed time. The attention is on to Radon. The Burrow Strike, the epicenter comes in from Toronto, Tokyo. Radon working with a sliver of mana now. He might actually end up dropping, but instead he's got the help to get the kill to Toronto, Tokyo, as well as Nightfall. They lose their supports, but when you get 3, it's well worth it. Mira scurrying away from Collapse, who...
That Arcane Rune. Just gonna lower the cooldown.
Kiyotaka's in, but doesn't find a target. Now Laurel goes the way of Mira, pops that BKB Primal Roar afterwards, but here comes Collapse, scoops him up. Your driver is here. Collapse will take his customer away from the fight. AVULUS, though, Primal Spring onto Mira. They get the kill. The Fiend Scream's going to be out to Toronto, Tokyo. The Cookie, the Control, the Supernova goes off, but the Stone Gaze is used, and Nightfall's already borrowed that time. That is a problem here for him, as Abaddon's going to try and get out, but they do have the Control with the Cookie as well to get this kill. Wukong's used, Kiyotaka and Panther on the run. This is looking like it could be a full team wipe if they can get their hands on these heroes, but a little bit of a ravage from these Marsh Mages. They get that host stomp. They've got the stun, the Boundless Strike off the mark, and Panto's now able to Sunray off the map and to an escape. Both these heroes getting out by the skin of their teeth.
Abyssal Blade, Blink on Abba. He needs to find the backline, try to kill one of these supports immediately. Ideally, you want to kill off Bane, but if he gets the Cookie off, if he gets the Glimmer, he's in.
Abyssal Blade, Epicenter, Burrow Strike coming through. Toronto, Tokyo trying to get a dump, and the Fiend Scream comes out immediately. They go to the Primal Roar, they've got the Sunray, they got the Control of Maposhka, but he's picked up in the cart. He's A-OK. Panto, he's the one who dies, but that's a 5-star Uber from Collapse on Maposhka, who is still alive. Kiyotaka also falling, and Spirit lose nothing.
Because he did go for 45 extra on 20 Talon. So going to be a lot of return damage coming out if you start attacking them. The full wrap around, the Hail Mary play from Aurora. Laurel is in a good spot.
Yeah, they try to go to the epicenter. They should be able to get the kill on Maposhka. They'll look over at Rue. It's full supports dead on the side of Spirit, but they've already lost Panto, who's going to be forced to buy back. Stone Gaze comes out. AVULUS used by Mira. That's going to be on a Radon, but they look over as now Kiyotaka's been singled out. They're doing some decent damage on the Collapse. They go to the workhorse. They're trying to get the card on a Radon.
He's alive.
He's low. Collapse still surviving, and now they've got the borrow time. They get the kill on a Collapse. They've lost Toronto, Tokyo, and Mira, but Panto, he died for a second time. They'll buy back on Mira. A gem is down on the ground. Laurel looking for an opening to get on a Kiyotaka, who blinks away, but Mira can't get that bushwhack to land. Radon will stand his high ground. Another AVULUS won't really matter, but here comes Laurel with the Boundless Strike with the upgrade on the shard. He bounces all the way over, but Nightfall has that Abyssal Blade to stop him and that Diffusal to lower that mana,
Lotus.
but he gets that Lotus and gets that mana back. The Workhorse is going to be used by Collapse to bring over Laurel over to Nightfall, who doesn't have a lot of mana. You can Boundless Strike from within the car. It's a drive-by Boundless. Nightfall with the Ogre Seal Totem to get some distance, but he is running away from what seems to be an inevitable death, and will be as Maposhka saps his brain. Abba not going to buy back. Asking Kiyotaka to...
He has to buy back.
Give me some time. But Fiend's Grip, Kiyotaka pops the BKB, goes to the Primal Roar, and now they'll start to run away, but this Wukong circle is huge. Abaddon trying to step in and get something done. They'll go to the Stampede, and they'll chase on to Toronto, Tokyo. They've got both cities locked down, and they'll get the kill to the Sand King as they look for Nightfall, uses that Abyssal Blade on the Maposhka, but they've got the break, they'll get the kill, they'll take Abaddon out for 2 minutes, they'll call GG, and Team Spirit will take game number 1 over Aurora.
Yeah, I would say this was pretty clean from Team Spirit from start to finish. They started the lanes really strong, allowing both Collapse and Medusa, Yatoro to get the free XP. Miposhka did quite a lot of work blocking those camps and not allowing them to get any stacks going.
Yeah, these long fights were a bit of a problem for Aurora.
Exceptional gameplay.
And Collapse on the Centaur as well, just doing work. I mean, every time it looked like they were able to pick off a court, the Centaur just rolled in, made the save.
You could see that eventually they even started prioritizing him, which is kind of silly because you're going on a Centaur.
And also, if okay, it's a very rough game in regards to locking a puck down, right? You've got Burrow Strike, Bramble Maze, Spirit Breaker, never should. It would be illegal if the Spirit Breaker without a Shadow Blade connects a charge on the puck. Like, that's how good it is for the puck. But outside of that, Spirit Breaker, you buy an Aghanims.
Yeah, not the best thing to use. I have to get it out of the way early.
You could just say it. If it's something stupid, just say it immediately.
I'll wait because this might be First Blood. I'm going to hold off. They're going to go for this Silencer, and the Balance Strike comes across the
He's going to die because he
bow
gets
of this
+1.
Team Spirit side, but they get the kill to Collapse. They'll end up trading Panto. They'll chase after Mira, but they won't be able to get that kill. It's about Mira on that Tusk. It's cosmetic related. He's burning. He's not burning to anything. Not burning spears or dual breath. Do you know what? Do you know what it is? I've said it a million times.
It is.
Do you know the cosmetic name?
Give me 1 second. He's gonna die. Cast the game.
Go for Mira.
Trail of the Burning
Doom.
Doom.
Out, and it is in fact Trail of the Burning Doom. It is glitched on the hand cosmetic, but not much doing with the lack of mana. Does have a Lotus, but he does have Mira coming over and has the shard. So they'll bring over Rue to try and turn this around. They'll get at least Toronto Tokyo. No Infernal Blade. And now Mira all of a sudden, he's not going to feel comfortable enough to stand tall against these two heroes. It breaks up the tri-lane in the both sides bottom.
Larl again, trying to go for the same play. Maybe he can catch him off guard so that he can't use the phase shift, but level 1 stun is
Brambles
not
Shadow
standing long enough. This build from Roshan, going for double Null Talisman.
Not much doing there. Have that deep bobs in the lane. Alice Strike, Collapse, Blood Grenade even committed. They go to the shards. Collapse is going to be dead. Brain drained.
You're playing against Nature's Prophet, you don't care too much about the speed against Dark Willow. You also don't need to outrun this hero.
Was looking mid for a second. Laurel was trying to get a Burrow Strike timing. It's Kiyotaka using that puckish. And we'll get the kill there onto Toronto Tokyo. And Laurel needs to be a little bit careful, I would say. He might get baited into a move here as Miposhka getting chased. Jingu popped over and Mira's on the run with him. Two heroes trying to get a kill here on Miposhka, who has charge in 4 seconds.
Shards already.
That long. Voids the shards for a second, stops the charge, and now the Balance Strike will get the kill.
Yeah, that level 1 charge. Before the nerfs, the charge would probably be able to get him away from the trouble, but yeah, now you need to build up that speed, which is not ideal.
Also, how many times have Spirit, in a situation like this, thrown Miposhka in the offlane to be the support? Because he was there bottom the entire time. Kiyotaka is actually going to die here to Collapse, who sticks with the Illusory Orb, but reads this play a little bit, wanted to pull the creeps, so backs away from any danger that was coming through, but Toronto Tokyo not afraid to go under the tower. The Sprout connects, they've got the Bramble Maze, now they'll look for the Primal Spring. Radon gets an understanding of where everybody's at. They'll throw the Doom onto this Dark Willow, but the Viper Strike and the damage onto the Doom. Toronto Tokyo's dead, they'll trade Rue, but they get another kill on Amira. That works out. Look at that Blink Dagger. We talked about Mid Sand King last game, but we also saw yesterday where Malorine was the one who picked up the Rod of Atos from Mid Sand King. Dream Coil committed, Bramble Maze is down. They'll bring over Radon. They've got a Sprout around their own Sand King. They're going to try and trade Mira low, and that tower shot will get the kill. Panto with the TP attempt out in front of this Dark Will work out, but Nightfall's dead to collapse. While we're watching mid, Kiyotaka is going to try and jaunt over to this illusory orb and will get far enough away where he survives.
This is a massive kill. He basically got a solo kill. There was also Panto close by.
Bramble Maze?
They're not done.
They've got
Spirit Breaker, what a read from Miposhka.
Shadow Realm Strike gets the kill on a Kiyotaka. That is a great move from Spirit.
They're outplaying them so hard. These solo kills should not happen. Toronto Tokyo, he did die 3 times. He's so far. Maelstrom, double null, power treads, magic wand.
They're gonna go for Toronto Tokyo again. Bramble Maze placed in the right spot, looking for the Terrorize.
Can't get out of it.
Him, and the Fear, he can't move anywhere. Nightfall's dead again!
All right, they're falling apart.
Oh,
it's
no,
not working out. Collapse. Let's see his camera. Is he gonna be smiling, or if he's gonna be okay? Maybe I overextended, but killing Monkey King 2 times in a row. Miposhka still level 6. Gets
They
another
might get
charge.
another 2.
Gets the stick off.
Panto!
Will not lose in. You can't afford to lose intelligence as Spirit Breaker. Not the smartest of the heroes, but yeah. Just Radon DP's in, gets the double kill, and we'll have another Wrath of Nature available for the next fight. They're playing it so quickly. Recover real nicely. Has even more farm than Puck at this point. Haste will get denied.
Into the Shadow Realm. Bedlam attempt. Radon is here again. They're
There
getting
is
the charge
Puck.
over. Panto's level 6. He does have Global Silence, but the
What?
Burrow Strike
Burrow
hits
Strike.
both supports. The charge brings Miposhka over, but now since they killed him, it's going to go to Kiyotaka, who's forced to illusory orb and phase shift, but they've got this ult from Miposhka.
They're stunning
They'll
a second.
have another stun, and they'll look for the Terrorize. That connects. Kiyotaka's dead, and Spirit, they are just all over the map. It's the fastest this tournament.
I like when you answer your own questions.
I'm going to go for Radon. Well, they don't know that the all-hearing voice answers me. Radon is going to die. He gets the kill on Amira. Panto, though, to the Bedlam will die, too. And they're charging Kiyotaka, but... Ooh, he's actually stopped that charge in anticipation of the jaunt over, which forces Kiyotaka to stop.
Saw the
Avoids the
angle.
Terrorize, but still dies.
He's so next level on this Spirit Breaker. Some really nice move.
Just have a bad early game. Collapse. Thinking about the Terrorize,
Immediate
epicenter Burrow
hit.
Strike, and Terrorize again. Toronto Tokyo's dead, and they find Panto. 2 kills, easy peasy.
Laurel's
25
not
kills in 17
hesitating.
minutes.
Immediately going in, and let's see if Collapse is going to be able to find more. Poshka does have a charge in a couple of seconds.
They find Mira, and there's the snowball. Kiyotaka's coming over, but is this really what you want to do? He's here to try and maybe fight. They'll go after Radon. Wukongs comes in, and they go and find
Standing his
themselves a
ground.
Burrow Strike. He'll stand his ground. Radon is dead, but Nightfall and Kiyotaka fall for it.
Spark of Courage, keeping him alive there. That extra 5 armor, making the difference. Plus, on top of all of his items, making him super tanky. Well, 3 of them when I clicked. But yeah, it's a very, very difficult game for Aurora. Team Spirit, they're not stopping. Constant chase, getting the kill. Hero shows on the map. Global Silence. They want to get this position 5. Arcane Curse.
Even dooming this Spirit Breaker, I don't think he dies. Unless Mira finds him. But he doesn't die to the doom, is what I was really getting at. It's still doom for Miposhka.
Roshan, Tormentor, or another objective. Any tower that is left. Mira.
First the ult growth. Think about going for the Monkey King. Blink away from Mira. Force Staff, though, sprouting a kill for the side of Spirit again.
1-2.
So defensive.
Yeah, very defensive. Not the items that you expect to see from Doom.
Dream Coil on a 2. Terrorize will be used, but the BKB comes out from Nightfall. They'll get the kill on Aru. They'll look over for Laurel. He'll yulls himself into the air. Can he Burrow Strike out of harm's way? He does for now. They've got the sprout around Nightfall. Charge comes in that lands onto this Monkey King, but they throw the Doom out on a Radon. Doesn't have this Aegis. The double Force Staff away, trying to keep him alive. He's getting kind of low. They'll think about the epicenter. Laurel, not a lot of life left, but the Burrow Strike lands. They get the kill to Radon. They'll take out Kiyotaka. Down goes Nightfall. That's 2 heroes dead without buyback on Aurora. The charge now hits onto Toronto Tokyo. Laurel dead to Mira. There's an Infernal Blade thrown onto Miposhka, but they'll end up trading out Mira, making it 3 for 3. They're still sticking nearby. Knowing that they're going to need an Aegis to start to really start this comeback, you know, with these defensive items of the Lincolns, you would love to have yourself with a damage item, and an Aegis would give them that moment to get those items. Wukong's Balance Strike, they're on top of Radon. Look for the War Stomp, look for the Doom, the BKB, and the TP out from Radon. They use that Epicenter, but now the TP out from Nightfall is not going to be in time. He's dead for 75, and now Kiyotaka's on the run. 4-step forward, they pop that Lincoln's. Phase shifted to the Illusory Orb. He'll jaunt towards the north
Hex
end.
is ready.
Collapses with him, and they've got that Hex. They'll go to the charge. This Lincoln's is not available. The Burrow Strike connects, and Kiyotaka bounced around and killed off by the side of Team Spirit.
HP and 230 damage. Doom eats it one time.
Walrus Punch. Again, Radon has this Aegis, but can they kill him twice? They go to the
Another
epicenter with the Burrow
4-step.
Strike. That lands on a Kiyotaka as well as this Tusk. But the Terrorize will hold him in place. They'll go for the kill. They'll get near at Kiyotaka. 2 heroes dead without buyback. Down goes Nightfall. GG is called. Spirit will move on to the playoffs as they beat Aurora 2-0.
What an awesome performance in game 1, game 2, especially the way they've been moving across the map, setting up these kills, and also being able to just keep that pressure. This tri-lane that Aurora tried to do didn't really work out at the start, allowed Nature's Prophet to get some good levels, get to that level 6, and then with Spirit Breaker,
And Doom that maxed out Devour, so really, really difficult, but really
here we
well
go.
played by Miposhka and the
Hello,
boys.
boss. How you doing?
Great to meet you. Nice. We got Miposhka, just in case you can hear that. He should have his
Instant interview.
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, we were just talking about that Spirit Breaker player. Pretty good.